Guys, live from ISC West. So if you enter the building right now, you look to your left and you have this amazing booth. We're at dormakaba and I'm joined by Matt. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
So before I let the microphone go to Matt, because he will guide you to this whole solution, I just want to say thank you again for your time. And now the floor is yours.
Okay, great. Thank you. This year at ISC West, we're doing a layered security solution. So what we're talking about here is from the inside out and the outside in. So come over here. We actually have an infographic that kind of explains the whole thing. Starting from perimeter solutions, going to facility exteriors, common areas, interior areas, and high security areas. So where we're gonna start is we're gonna start talking about the exterior of the building. So in a lot of instances, the exterior is gonna be a passive entry solution. Something like an automatic slider, something that doesn't require a credential to enter. You're gonna find this in most healthcare facilities, you're gonna find this in corporate facilities, and multi-tenant facilities as well. So just follow me through, and we'll go on into the common area. In here, this is the common area. So the common area is what you'd refer to as a lobby or reception area. Visitor is gonna come in and they're gonna stop at a guard station or they're gonna start at a reception desk in order to get authorized for a temporary credential, which will give them access to any one of these optical turnstiles here. So from left to right, we have optical turnstile SBF, that's called the Argus. It's our European design product. Present your credential on the cabinet and enter through. It's meant to detect tailgating, wrong way detection, and also to pick up anybody who's loitering inside the lane. Usually it's set for free exit, so you can walk in and passively exit, but it can also be set for bi-directional access as well. You're gonna find the same kind of functionality on our SU5000 products over here. Again, you're gonna card in, walk through, and then we'll have passive exit. And actually, I'll borrow you really quick. Come here. I'm gonna have him follow me through the lane and show what happens in a tailgate scenario, okay? So try and sneak in behind me. Oh. Ah, you see? We have an alarm, okay? So basically what happened is this thing knew that someone came in behind me, and that would notify the person at the guard station or would notify somebody at a reception desk that an unauthorized entry attempt was attempted. They could then deal with it accordingly. For ADA visitors, we do offer different widths. So over here, the Argus 40, this here is a 36-inch width product. So it will handle most mobility devices, but for larger mobility, same over here, we have this 36-inch width lane here. This would be standard. So this would be not ADA compliant. However, if you have like a larger mobility device or if you have, I don't know, a delivery that needs to come through, you can have something like this SW1000 pedestrian gate installed within the configuration, and that would then integrate to a push button. So basically this would be installed behind a reception counter or a guard desk. You would just push this and it would give them access. And again, you can have this set up for a free exit as well, but this one isn't set up that way. We have another button on this side that would also be installed behind a guard desk or reception counter that you would push and it would let you out. So I'm gonna go push that really quick. And there we go. All right, the last product we have in here. So this is our Argus V60. Its claim to fame is it has the smallest footprint of any optical turnstile on the market. There's very few places that this thing won't fit. Again, the use case is going to be the same. It's going to be a card in. And it would be a free exit. So as you can see, they all work pretty much the same. It comes down to aesthetics and it comes down to use case. So once you've passed through the lobby or the common area, you're gonna enter into the interior area, okay? Interior areas are gonna be monitored typically by swing doors. I have a lot of people standing in front of them, so I apologize, but we'll try and get in there. So if you look here, we have our automatic swing doors. These can be integrated with a simple passive wave plate. This would be for applications like restrooms, meeting rooms, maybe a cafeteria. You would wave your hand in front of it and it would let you in passively. However, these can also be integrated with a card reader. So a proximity card like the one that I showed you earlier when we were going through the optical turnstiles could also be utilized on a scan plate next to the door. And that can basically control which people have access to certain parts of the building. So that could be a different department. Visitors may only have access to a certain department. Employees may not have access to a research development part of the building. It's really whatever you guys want to do, whatever the facility wants to do to keep access controlled within the facility. We're gonna get into our high security area. So these are for lower throughput areas. So we're not trying to get 1,000 people through these doors in 5 minutes. These are for areas deep within a building where you are worried about security and about unauthorized access, and you don't want to pay a guard to sit in a hallway and wait for someone to come by to check a credential. So these are designed to be unmanned. So basically you can go up to the turnstile, scan your badge, and walk through. And as you're walking through, it's detecting the number of people that walked into that compartment. So if it had been a tailgate scenario where it was a person coming into the compartment behind me, it would have stopped and it would have let me go through and it would have kicked the other person out. If a person had tried to sneak into the same compartment with me, it would have kicked both of us out and made me rescan. So this is an unmanned solution that can be put in a hallway leading to, again, a research development lab, records rooms, utilities for the building, any place where access is limited and throughput is relatively low. Again, you're not going to get 200 people through this, but you're going to get the person that's meant to go through it on the other side, and you're not going to have to worry about a guard watching from the side or any kind of like unauthorized entry attempt from like a piggyback attempt. Quickly talk about the CPST. So our CPST is another high security turnstile. It is a full height turnstile that could be set up for manual rotation, which this one is. So I would scan, I can push my way through. They can also be set up to be passive with touchless entry. This would be installed pretty much in the same use case as a security revolving door like the SRD that we just looked at. So someplace within a building where high security is important and you don't want to have a guard watching just a single hallway to wait for like a person to stop by every hour or so. Once you make it through, one of the common installation cases for these would be data centers. These rack locks, you present a RFID credential and it will open and allow you access to the rack. These are really common in colo data centers. In any data center where you're worried about the person most data centers, you're worried about the person accessing the data saved on the servers. And then our last layer of security is our perimeter. It's the first and last. It really depends on where you have it installed. So a high security facility that doesn't get a lot of users or a lot of visitors is going to be like a data center or government facility. It's going to use this full height MST turnstile within the perimeter line to monitor access and make sure that only the people that have the right credential make it in. Purposes of this booth, we're looking at a layout that has a perimeter in the back. So this would be common in like a healthcare facility, a corporate building, or a multi-tenant facility, okay? So basically it's just perimeter security for a fence line. So as I'm exiting, it would usually be set up for passive exit. You would just enter, and then you would scan to enter. So for the EntryWorks Insight, What this product does is this product integrates with the entry points throughout the facility, and it basically keeps a total of how many people have entered and how many people have exited, and it can also keep track in real time of if there's any issues with any of the doors within a facility. And this allows people to deploy maintenance in order to find a down door. This will alert you to any kind of door that's in the facility that isn't working as it should. It's also really great to find out where your busiest entry points are in a facility. So for example, this data center, it may have advertising at specific entry points, and knowing which ones are the heaviest used entry points would help you to better deploy those types of promotions. So that's our booth for this year.
Thank you, Matt, again for this tour. It was really insightful on what dormakaba has to offer now and in the future. I think ISC West is a great way to showcase all these new technologies. Any last call you would like to say to our viewers and also to people that were not able to attend ISC West?
Sure. For any security integrators, consultants, architects, and even end users, if you have any questions, visit our website and fill out the form and we'll give you a call.